On this day, 6 years ago, South Africa woke up to news that Orlando Pirates and Bafana Bafana goalkeeper was dead. Police are yet to solve the murder. The Meyiwa family and soccer fanatics, ordinary South Africans, they remain disappointed by the fact that police have not resolved the Senzo Meyiwa case. And let's talk now to our reporters who are on the field. And we have in Vosloorus, that's Linda Mnisi, and we also have somewhere in the vicinity of a stadium, we're also going to have Minenhe Hlela. He is going to be talking to us, to soccer fans, importantly, because this was a renowned football player that we are talking about here. Let's start with Linda Mnisi. Linda, good morning to you. And let's start first with what we heard you had managed to do, and that was to track down the man who was initially arrested by the police for the murder of Senzo Meyiwa. He was the suspect at the time. Who is this person and what happened? Why couldn't you get to speak to him on camera?
Well, a very good morning to you, Xoli. Indeed, I managed to track down Zamogu Hlembata, who was the first suspect just days after Senzo Meyiwa's killing. He was arrested in connection with his murder, but was later released. Police at the time said that they didn't have enough evidence to pin him or link him to the murder. So 6 years later, I walk into the yard where he lives, and he looks at me, Xoli, saying that, well, he just remembered that it's actually the 26th of October, and that if he knew or had remembered earlier or yesterday, he would be gone, because he knows that journalists will be flocking into his home to speak about this moment. And for him, this is not a very nice thing to talk about, because it brings back memories, you know, at a time when, this case was very important and everyone was talking about it. He was pinned, wrongfully so, to the murder. So he says it really does bring back very sad memories for him, because till today this murder remains unresolved. So for him, it would really be, adding salt on the wound for the family of Senzo Meyiwa, who are still waiting to hear, what exactly happened to their son, who are still waiting to hear or get answers from the police in terms of who could have done this murder, or who could have done this heinous crime or heinous act. So he essentially says that, well, his issue of wrongful arrest shouldn't really be taking center stage here. Dealing with, or rather, the matter at hand is the murder of Senzo Meyiwa, and that should take priority. Polly?
Sure. And did he say anything about where things are as far as him suing the police for wrongful arrest?
Well, in terms of that in particular, he said he does not want to speak to it, and referred us to his lawyers, who say are currently in the process of suing. He says, during COVID, things, of course, had taken a stall, but right now they are ongoing. But the person that will give us the details in terms of exactly how far they are in terms of suing the state, because he really does say he is intending on suing the state. He is suing the state, and perhaps we'll be able to talk freely about it when the matter has been concluded. But of course, he's not the only person that this case has caught attention, in terms of people really having something to say about what has happened here in this community. It's about the precedents, or rather the message that authorities have sent to the community of Vosloorus, who in their community this crime was committed. I just want to bring in two of the gentlemen here, Xoli. This one that I'm speaking to right now is Lucky Mbele. He's a community member. Lucky, thank you so much for this. It's 6 years since Senzo Meyiwa abulawile. Khona la emphakathini wenu. Nothing has been done till today. Ni abantu bomphakathi nizizwa kanjani ngaleyo nto le?
Ngiyabonga ukuthola lethuba leli. Since from 2014, ngiyacabanga isikhathi it was about 7 or 7 to 8 abulawa, until kuze kube u-2020 namhlanje ngawo 26 ka-October akekho noyi-1 osatholakele wavalelwa, bonke bayasolwa. And umthetho la eSouth Africa kusho ukuthi mangakatholakala unecala umsulwa, kusho ukuthi zonke lesikhathi esingaka lo muntu lona ashona phansi, namanje akekho umuntu otholakele owenza yonke lento le empilweni yakhe. Ngicela ukuthi nje kutholakala ijustice ngabo bonke abenza konke lokhu Senzo Meyiwa.
lento le umthetho unjani la eVosloorus mhlambe isenda umlayezo onjani kini nabahlali baseVosloorus ukuthi umuntu odume kangaka umuntu owaziwa kangaka ngoba siyazi ukuthi abantu abaziwayo mhlambe ijustice kungathiwa iswift for bona but kuye ngathi akwenzakali lutho umlayezo muni loyo eniutholayo nina from abantu abaphethe umthetho.
Ngiyabonga njengathi nje abahlali bala masibuka icala lika Senzo Meyiwa kuze kushaya isikhathi esingaka kungena sixazululo. Nathi impilo zethu sibona ukuthi asiphephanga kusho ukuthi asivikelekanga nathi ngoba phela ayikho into eyenzakalayo namanje umthetho awunasixazululo bahleli angazi ukuthi bahleli benzani la bahleli khona ngabele abaphuma nesixazululo kutholakala abantu abenza lento le ngabe kuumuntu ebesibukela kuye futhi umsebenzi wakhe besuthanda simkhonzile siphila nabo ababulali bahamba nathi khona la nabo bakhanya kana nathi ngoba yini umthetho awuthathi indawo yawo udlala indawo yawo kahle cela ukuthi umthetho udlala indawo yawo.
All right, so there you have it. That's like him barely. I just want to bring in another resident. His name is Isaac. Dada Isaac, ngibongela isikhathi sakho baba. Uyamuzwa ubhuti uthi kusho ukuthi siphila nababulali bakhala nathi esikhathini esinje uSenzo Meyiwa akakayitholi ijustice kuwe mhlambe njengomuntu omdala wasemphakathini umuntu obukela nebhola futhi mawuthi uyayibhekisisa le ndaba le ithini ku
mfo uyazi soloku ngazalwa ngaze ngiyibone into efana nale. I mean into ngabe kudala yavala sifuna ukwazi ukuthi inkinga yini ukuthi le case le ingavalwa. Ubaba ka Senzo waze washona. I really feel pity for his family nabantwana bakhe waze washona angazanga abona abantu abenza lento le emntwaneni wakhe. You know, as a resident I still say umthetho lapha basiphoxile kakhulu. Why can we not find closure on this case? Why kungakhona ukuthi kuboshwe lo muntu owenza lesigigaba njengoba basho umakhelwane wami la ukuthi labantu laba benza lento le sisaphila nawo kungenze ukuthi baqhubele phambili benze futhi into abayenza kuSenzo. As a resident and njengomuntu omdala I feel so bad that this has not found any closure.
Okay. Ilanga la namhlanje lisho ukuthini ngesivala nje lisho ukuthini ku?
And to me look, I'm an Orlando Pirates fan and by then this young man was at his uyazi empilweni yakhe la aphila khona kamnandi kakhulukhulu mina ingizisa ubuhlungu ilanga la namhlanje ukuthi gosh up until today I mean over 5 years not even one person has been arrested on this issue. I feel so bad, to be honest.
There you have it. Let me thank you, Dr. Isaac, for those words. Those are the sentiments that are coming from the community of Vosloorus, saying that it means that we're living amongst the killers. They are crying with us at this particular moment. You know, what could be stopping them from further doing these crimes when they cannot be arrested for killing someone that is so famous? Also speaking as fans, saying that this man was at his prime when his life was tragically cut short. So essentially it tells you about the kind of message that this case or the police have sent down to the community members who say that even safety for us as individuals, we're not guaranteed.
Yeah, Linda Mnisi, I think spot on there. The sentiment that you raise about criminals who possibly did this are walking among community members in that very community of Vosloorus. That's really got to say something to our law enforcement. But nonetheless, let's see if we can connect with our other colleague, Minenhe Hlela. Minenhe, where are you and what are soccer fans saying about the murder of Senzo Meyiwa 6 years on?
Well, Oli, I was on my way to Orlando Stadium, but then I got a call that I should pass right here in Klipspruit. Am I right, Philip? I'm in Klipspruit. And the man I'm about to talk to, Philip, he was instrumental to making sure there was a march in 2014 calling for the police minister, along with the SAPS, to find the people who killed Senzo Meyiwa. He joins me right now. Philip, just take me back. Firstly, I remember that day very well. It was a Sunday. They had just played Ajax Cape Town in Telkom knockout. the night before on Saturday night. When you heard the news of Senzo's passing, and so brutally so, the first things that come to your mind?
My brother, indaba kaSenzo Meyiwa namanje ngoba iclosure sikayitholi, still taking more pains to the many millions of South Africa and about the cross, because Senzo Meyiwa, first of all, was the captain of national team, of which Bafana. Secondly, was the captain of Orlando Pirates Football Club, of which here in South Africa we call a big team. To die like a dog like this is dying like a dog. No one coming out to say, I know and I see everything. Any action was did before killing Senzo Meyiwa. No one coming out and told the truth.
Now, 2014, you and Orlando Pirates fans around Gauteng, even guys from KZN, all joined you. Kuze nimashe, calling for the police minister, the SAPS. Since then on, have you heard anything from the police? Have you heard anything from the police minister in regard to how far is this case?
My brother, imashi siyenze ngokukhulu ukuthula, was a peace march to support the South African police ukuthi abenze umsebenzi wabo, because we are funa into yama-rumors kufe abantu aba-innocent ngoba naku sikwatile sithi nangu umuntu ophointwayo kuthiwa uyena wabulala uSenzo Meyiwa bese siyam-attack. Sathi no, asiwafuni lawo ma-rumors, abenze umsebenzi wawo, ingalo yomthetho ayidlale irole yawo. That time uminister wayikhona azozikhathi ephethe kwakubaba unathi mthetho uNyamboza. After that kwathuleka sangazi bakwenzakalani, makuphuma yena kwangena ubaba ufikile Mbalula, naye futhi kwathuleka ongakwazi ukuthi kwenzakalani. Makuphuma yena kwangena ubaba uMagaya ubhekicele, uthe mayengena ubhekicele wahamba straight to efamilini kaMeyiwa, waya kubuka Meyiwa straight, wathi uzosebenza very hard ukuthi umbulali kaSenzo Meyiwa atholakala. Waqhamuka ama-rumors amaningi kakhulu, aphatha abantu abaningi, ekugcineni sasitshela ukuthi no, now iclosure seyiyabonakala ukuthi izoba khona. After that ubaba ubhekicele kaMeyiwa sasinamathemba amakhulu kakhulu. From lapho kwaphinde kwathuleka kwathi tu, asazi noba la eSouth Africa kumele uma umuntu ohlwempu ifiso kwenja kungaboshwa umuntu. Uma kuyingane yomuntu orish kumele act very soon and quickly kuboshwa abantu. I think zamele ama-politician ayisebenze very careful indaba yase South Africa, because ilizwe elingalawuleki kufe abantu. So Senzo Meyiwa boku-captain wesizwe, of which isizwe sonke bekumele bathiwa sifabretile sasukuma sama ngezinyawo. If today or ekuhambeni kwethu kungabulawa upresident, kudutshula upresident, ilizwe lingahlala relaxe njalo endlela kwenza ngakhona, because if ngicompare between leadership uSenzo Meyiwa njengebe lead country kubafana same like ubaba uMaphosa njengamanje leader isizwe upresident, wonke umuntu kumele athathwe very very serious. Like into yenzeka kubaba uMthembu ebemkhuthuzile ngapha eMpumalanga egarage, bamkhuthuza manje actually manje soon bonke abantu babanjwa. Why kuSenzo Meyiwa? Because it's a football. It's a football man. No, was treated as equal. Sisadinga namanje closure kwindaba umuntu wabulala uSenzo Meyiwa. It's still that pain egcine ubaba kaMeyiwa ehamba emhlabeni. Their pain akusiyona kababa kaMeyiwa only. Their pain islimaze sonke thina esithanda ibhola, yasilimaza kakhulu thina esithanda Orlando Pirates Football Club, because i-achievement yakhe bisisibona ukuthi i-leadership yakhe isisa kuphi. From lapho i-team yethu iyabamba yahlanganisa izinto azihlangane. I think you deserve ukuthi sithole closure ukuthi ubani owabulala uSenzo Meyiwa.
Okay. Well, Ole, I think the important thing, just in translation, this is the third police minister who's promised that they'll find the people who killed Senzo Meyiwa, and supporters like Philip are still don't have answers, don't have closure like the Meyiwa family. And with the big announcement reportedly supposed to be made today, they'll be holding their breath.
Yeah. Minenhe Hlela, I can't tell you the amount of knowledge and history of this case Ubabu Philip Bracha has just told you. It's a chronological order of exactly what we were talking about here in studio with Ziyanda Ngcobo. But we'll continue this conversation. Babu Philip Bracha, it really resonates because it's not just Senzo Meyiwa, by the way, whose murder remains unresolved. I can tell you about many other cases, but we won't digress for today. But we've got to keep the pressure.